What's good, y'all? Welcome to the Texas Sports Unfiltered post-game show. I am Zay Collier, joined by my main man, Double R Rodney Rodriguez. The Longhorns get a huge win in the SEC today, beating number 9 Vanderbilt 34-31 to go 7-2 overall, 4-1 in SEC play before they go to Athens in 2 weeks. This bye, Double R, couldn't have come at a better time. A lot of guys went out in today's game, and hopefully you could get those guys in time for the Bulldogs. But, man, big-time game today. I know the officials, they were a little shaky, but, hey, you have a top 10 team coming to your town. That first half, immaculate. That fourth quarter, it seemed like Texas was playing not to lose more than playing to win. But, hey, you'll take it. But right now, Double R, I feel really good about this team. I mean, the biggest thing that I noticed today on why this squad had so much success, in my opinion, and, you know, you could go to the skill players, the wide receiver room, you could go to Contravian Wise, who had a solid game. Obviously, Arch Manning had a really good game. But in the trenches, this offensive line was terrific today. They were really freaking good, and they finally made the move that we've been waiting on all year long. You know, you put Cole Hudson at that left guard spot, a spot that's been very questionable all year long. Hell, I'm being nice. A spot that's been suspect as hell for the last few games, kind of all season long. Shout out to Nick Brooks. Shout out to Connor Stroh. I know y'all mean well, but you just haven't found any consistency in that offensive line, especially at that left guard spot. You move Cole Hudson to left guard. You move Connor Robinson to that center position to go along with DJ Campbell at right guard, Brandon Baker at right tackle, Trevor Gooseby at left tackle. This is it. That's the five you have for the rest of the year. That's the five that just looks comfortable out there. Everybody was on the same page. And, hey, they beat the crap out of Vanderbilt. Like 34 points on a team that's really good defensively. I mean, if you look at Vanderbilt's stats, they came into this game 24th in the nation with 18 points a game. You put up 34. They come in 31st in the nation in yards per game total, you know, with 322 total, and you put up 428. So if you're Steve Sarkisian, you're feeling great about your ball club that's had a lot of issues so far this season. And this is that team that we were expecting, Rodney. This is that team that we thought we were going to see preseason number one. You know, and I know the defense, they looked a little leaky in that fourth quarter, but the first 3 quarters, man, they were making things happen. Like Pete Witkowski and his calls, they were terrific. I thought a lot of the injuries, especially in that secondary, hurt them. You know, no Mookie Taff already. And then Jelani McDonald goes out. He doesn't come back. So you got Derek Williams and Xavier Filsaime in that back end, which both of those guys, they're good, but there's a reason why they're not starting. And I thought Vanderbilt, especially when they were playing desperate, exploited that. But hopefully you get McDonald back against Georgia. Hopefully you get Mookie Taft back against Georgia. And, hey, say what you want about it. You beat a top 10 team at home. Shout out to the home fans. Good home cooking there. It's been a long time coming. And Arch Manning looked good. Your offense looked good. Your defense was good enough. And now you're feeling good about yourself right now with 3 games left, Double R. And this Texas team, hey, that's all you can ask for if you're a Texas fan.
That's right, Zay. You got some momentum. You've got a whole lot of momentum moving forward. I know that it ended in a way that, I mean, just like you and I were joking before we came on, to where it's like, I didn't think, you know, at halftime that we were going to come on and say, hey, man, you win. You just got to win, because you weren't in that position at the half with that amazing first half that you saw right there, and third quarter at that as well. I mean, everything just kind of went real conservative in the fourth quarter, and playing not to let them back in the game. But when you mentioned right there about the offensive line, I mean, that really is a big thing, to where Kyle Flood, finally that mindset of you're going with the best 5 in the positions that they need to be playing. And that's what we saw today, because they did. They controlled the line of scrimmage, the running game, I think right at 100 yards. I mean, still, obviously, you want more of that. But I think that you saw the shades of what you can do with this offense when it's performing, when you have people in the right place. and the injury thing is something that's going to pop up. And again, the great timing of the bye week, because you got time to get some of these guys well. But I got to tell you that the thing that I really would, as I'm sitting here watching this game, you put AJ Milwee up in the box. I think that is something really big, Zay, because that's where essentially, you go to play calling, Sark needs a play caller, whatever the case is going to be. You need that other set of eyes. You need however that we've spun this thing. That's what he has when AJ Milwee is up there. Because, I mean, that dude's been an OC. That dude has done that job. And you saw with the way this offense operated. And again, it all starts up front, but just the play selection and just the tenacity of the play calling to go and dominate the outside. I mean, that's a weak spot for the Vanderbilt defense. You went out and you exposed the hell out of them early and often. And that's what you're looking for. Totally different offense. I think the Milwee thing is a big deal, man. I may be overplaying, but that dude up in the box, that's where he needs to be.
Yeah, and it's crazy that little changes like that could change your offense. We don't know how much it's changing, but you're right, Double R. Like, they made that move. They got Mike Bamonte on the field. He's the co-passing game coordinator. So he's on the field talking to Arch. We know AJ Milwee's kind of a hard ass. So sometimes you don't need the hard ass coaching approach when you come to the sideline after a mistake. Sometimes you got to put your arm around your QB and just let them know, hey, I understand what you were looking at. Probably wasn't the right decision. Let's go to the tablets and see what we could really work with. And I'm not saying AJ Milwee wasn't doing any of that, but I've heard from Quinn, I've heard from Arch that
AJ Milwee, a lot of that, Zay. Yeah, a lot of times. Yeah.
He's not that type of guy. He's kind of a hard ass old school coach. He holds his guys accountable. And, for every coaching staff, you got to have your good cops and you got to have your bad cops. It just is what it is. Like, it takes a whole army to have a really good football team so you could just strive for the goals that you were trying to strive for before the season started, which is SEC championship and get to the college football playoffs so you could hopefully play for a national championship. And that's still there. That is still there. And I haven't felt more confident. I wasn't confident in this game, Rodney. Why would I be? You go back-to-back, Kentucky and Mississippi State, two of the worst teams in the conference, and you have to go into overtime. And you have the 9th-ranked team in the nation coming in, and they got a quarterback that's that dude. He's still that dude. Like, that guy, even though it was rough for him early on, once he started to figure out Texas defense and what they started throwing at him, hell, I'm sure Tim Beck and Clark Lee were thinking, damn, maybe if we would have played that style the whole game, Diego Pavia might have ran it up for 500 yards, but that's just not their style. They want to control the game clock, which they won by 10 minutes. I think they had 30 minutes opposed to no, they didn't. They had it was tied basically.
It was it was the same amount of minutes, just the
basically
second
same amount of minutes. They had one more minute time of possession than Texas. So that's a win if you're Steve Sarkisian there, because that's how Vanderbilt does you. They will just lull you to sleep. And then once that fourth quarter comes around, because they've dominated time of possession, your defense is just too tired to keep up with their style of play. So now they're in the different territory. Now they have to play catch up. And it started working for them. I'm sure Pete Kwiatkowski was a lot more conservative, especially losing Xavier Filsaime and already not having Michael Taft. But, yeah, man, that was a huge win. Arch Manning, he looked terrific today. And, you saw his neck was bothering him a little bit because he took that hit. But for a guy coming off of concussion protocol, Rodney, you would think that maybe he would be timid, or maybe he would be a little more conservative himself. He wasn't.
Looked hungrier, didn't he?
Aggressive. He looked comfortable on that field. And everything that Sark ran for him, it started with that first play of the game, Ryan Wingo taking it to the house, another player that you hope he gets better. I don't know what exactly happened with his hand off of that, second screen pass later where he tried to stiff arm one of the cornerbacks, and I think his finger got caught up in the helmet. And that's just
pretty bad, didn't it? It looked kind of jammed up in there.
Yeah, it didn't look good at all. So you hope that you're a wide receiver. You need your thumbs, you need your hands. Like, hopefully he's good there. But that set the tone early. You know what I'm saying? Guys getting out, guys blocking. And then now Emmett Mosley, the fifth, that guy, talk about comfort, Rodney. Like, that dude, even though, he wanted that second touchdown, 7 receptions, 69 yards, 1 touchdown. Like, we don't know what's going to happen with Ryan Wingo, but if he has to miss games, it's not big. It's not a drop off because you still got Parker Livingston, who you feel great about. DeAndre Moore starting to come along even more, which is big for him. And as I just mentioned, Emmett Mosley the fifth. And finally, damn it, you got Jack injuries involved.
Yes,
he got in the mix a little bit. Where you're
back plays.
Where the hell's he been? Like, where the hell's this guy been? This guy, you see what Gunnar Helm did last year. You see what JT Sanders did in his time when wearing the burnt orange. Jack injuries needs to get involved more. It's not much, but 3 catches for 24 yards. I thought he was a big part of the offense in that first half, just getting them looks and touches. And Contravian Wiseman was good enough on the swing passes and the run game. But overall, Arch Manning, he controlled that game.
Yeah. Completely
controlled it. And of course, you feel better when you have a clean pocket. This goes back to what I said at the beginning of the show. Cole Hudson and Connor Robinson playing together. You got Cole Hudson at left guard, Connor Robinson at center. Huge, man. No sacks allowed. Appreciate you for that. CB 512, Texas. No sacks, not one. This offensive line not giving up any sacks. Nope. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Is this Bizarro world? Like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah.
And you should feel really excited if you're a Texas fan for these next 3 games. I'm not saying that they're going to win out, but this is the best chance that they've had. This is the best I've felt about this team all year long. And this is the best time to get hot, Rodney. Once you're in November, this is the time where you start to find a groove. And if you could find it, oh, man. Hey, here we go. I'm ready for the ride. Buckle up. Longhorn fans, y'all need to get ready too, because this can be fun.
And this is when it gets good. I mean, this is when it gets really, really good right now, starting today. And kind of back to the offensive line things. If you hadn't watched a lot of Texas football, but you'd been kind of honed in on any other platform, whether it's what we do or whether it's X or just different college football stuff, and you see the offensive line has been such a problem for UT, and then you watch that game today, it's like, what are y'all watching? Because I don't see the offensive line as a problem, and it really is where you just give Arch that little bit of extra time to maybe make that extra read, whatever it is, when he has time to get comfortable in the pocket. And the way you mentioned all the different guys he threw the ball around to, that affords you that opportunity. He spread the ball around so well today and just looked in total command. And when I'm seeing his teammates come up and slapping him on the head, I'm like, oh, don't do that. This dude just came out of the protocol. I'm like, don't be slapping that dude's melon here. You need to keep him well. But it's everything that you saw today. And I know I see the comments where the comeback. Yes, I mean that's one of the things there. But you know that when you've got somebody like Diego Pavia, that dude, whether you're a fan of that dude or not. That dude, they said it on the TV broadcast. By the way, did you have any trouble finding it on TV? I know.
I'm at my parents. That's why I had to go, because YouTube TV screwed me over. So I'm at Mom and Pops. Appreciate it. They got food and stuff. So I might come over here every Saturday. To be honest, shit.
Yeah. But it's like
YouTube TV.
Yeah, when you're watching. When you're watching all that happen right there, it's like, and that's where you can go in and the defense did soften up, but you had some people that were hurt, everything, but Pavia is not going to quit. And what I was going to is, they said on the broadcast, this dude is going to play until the final whistle. And the thing about it, the energy in that building today, I think having the 05 team there, I think that was a big part of it in the first half, to where you saw this team come out and this team was clicking at a rate that we hadn't seen all year. And like you said, you've been waiting for it all year, and it was there. For one thing, this offense had an amazing pulse. Finally, there it is. And then the defense, I mean, we sit here and we start picking players of the game and defensive plays of the game, and there are always so different many, but the guys that stepped up today, it's like, my goodness. I mean, this defense is just crazy. I mean, you look at Xavier Filsaime, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? I mean, that's the one guy where I'm like, dude, calm
he had
tits.
a tough day. He had a tough day, which again, like, we knew he was going to get more reps with Michael Taft still being out. It was going to be between him and Derek Williams, but now Jelani McDonald goes out. So now it's just Derek Williams and Xavier Filsaime. And not only do you have to be locked in with your assignments, but you got to be in shape. Like, you haven't played those types of reps yet.
Yep.
And you're playing in a big-time atmosphere with a lot riding on.
It's fast. It's fast.
You know, which Diego Pavia, he's so freaking slick. He grabbed Xavier Filsaime on that unnecessary roughness call.
Yeah,
he grabbed Xavier Filsaime. Like, this is like James Harden grabbing a defender and forcing them to foul James Harden. Like, that's what it felt like. It was such a flop, man. And he just came crashing into the stands. Like, I would be good if we took time to actually look at those things, because to just throw it. And again, when you're a ref and you see that happen, you've seen it so many times, you got to protect the player with the ball. So that laundry is going to come out. But also, we've seen it with Patrick Mahomes. Like, guys are flopping, looking for that call because they know how much these stripes are paying attention to it.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know about that, but coverage-wise, Xavier Filsaime, they got dinged up a little bit, and then just the busted coverage on the long throw,
the long TD,
by Stowers. I don't know what happened there. Like, I got to go back. I know Jalen Gilbo was on that side. I know Derek Williams was on that side. I don't know who was playing that star position, that slot position at the time, but I'm sure Pete Kwiatkowski, he's going to get after the guys for that. But, Double R, like, this squad, finally, the offense is just finding some motion, finding some confidence, finding just that groove, and it came off of that fourth quarter from Mississippi State. Like, that might have been it. That might have been, if we look at this season and somehow it just becomes just incredible and the Longhorns go out and accomplish crazy goals, we're going to look back at that Mississippi State fourth quarter and overtime, possibly at the changing point, because that's when we saw the offense finally clicking. You know, last week where Arch kind of said, we down, screw it. Let me get you guys on these quick outs. Let me get you guys over the middle of the field. Let me get you guys on these comeback routes, which Emmett Mosley's release game before right when the ball is snapped, his footwork, solid. Solid. That dude, man, just the details, the little things. Like, Emmett Mosley is a really good receiver. And Texas fans forget, you didn't have that guy for the first 5 games. I don't remember when he came about. Was it Florida?
I think it was a Florida game when we first saw him back.
Knock the training wheels off of that. So think about if maybe you had him earlier. Now, the offensive line still would have been suspect, but he brings a whole nother dimension to this offense. And Arch Manning has a lot of confidence in him, which is why he had the most receptions today with 7. He's just the guy that gets open because he does the little things. And if you add that to the rest of the skill players, Ryan Wingo, DeAndre Moore, Parker Livingston, Jack Endries, etc., it just makes this offense that much harder to guard. I thought Sark's play calling was terrific. They didn't run the ball great, but it was timely. It was timely plays where Contravian Wisner would get first downs and, put Arch in situations where you were 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, and you were able to, have that playbook just stay wide open instead of the 3rd and 9s and 3rd and 10s and 11s. We've been so comfortable seeing this year. They weren't in those situations early. We know that Vanderbilt secondary is shaky, especially with their tackling. And Sark and this offense did a really good job exploiting that.
Right to the weakness.
Right to the weakness, which again makes me feel really confident about these next 3 games.
Yeah. Timing, rhythm, and tempo were the 3 things that I've kind of gone back to with this Texas offense that have been missing. And I think a lot of the brunt of this has gone to Arch Manning, where Arch looks slow. He's holding the ball too long. Maybe he's not reading the defenses correctly. Well, I mean, I'm sorry. A lot of that is with the offensive line. That's going to affect your timing, rhythm, and tempo because you're not able to do what you're needing to do back there. And if indeed this offensive line is fixed, at least it was fixed today, you saw the difference right there. And you saw where these other dudes are getting involved, and then the timeliness of the running game to where it's like, okay, you need 5 hard yards and you're able to go get it. Where you got into some of these 3rd downs and it's like, holy shit, you're going to have to try to find the tight end. You're going to have to try to swing something to the outside. Well, today, you know what? He could turn around and hand it off. He pitched the pitch the one time. It's like the old school pitch. He kind of turns it around and pitches
it. Times.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like
pitch, we'll toss sweep. Yeah.
Yeah, that's basic football, and you do that because you win the line of scrimmage, and that's what they did today. All of that, this offense, to me, it just always seemed slow. Zay, everything just seemed like it was kind of at half speed with everything that was going on, and just everything came together today, and it looked like the offense that we expected. And even through the attrition, when you had guys that started, falling out and guys that were hurt, you still, Day McCutcheon at one point is out of the game, and then he comes back and still is making plays. Yeah. Making plays at the end of the game. So that's what you expect out of this. And damn, I'm going to say it. I think Sark called a really, really good game today, but I think a lot of that was, in the words of Alice in Chains, he had the man in the box, and I think that's a big part of it, dude. That's a huge part of it.
AJ Milwee, quarterback coach in the box now, man. That's a big deal. Michael Bamonte, the co-passing coordinator for Texas, he's on the field with Arch. So yeah, this offense, this is the best that we've seen them. These last 5 quarters is the best that we've seen this offense, even though it got a little stagnant in the second half. He only put up 10 points. Mason Shipley, I don't know about Mason Shipley right now. I don't know. 51 yards is long, but also this is Texas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I expect you to knock at least one in. I don't think he's knocked in any over 50 yards. He missed a 29-yarder last week. I am still nervous about Mason Shipley. Ryan Niblett didn't get many opportunities today, which makes a lot of sense. Good coaching by Clark Lee. I wouldn't give that dude any opportunities either of what he's done these last 3 weeks. But, man, Diego Pavia, they kept him locked up for as long as they could before he started just saying F it, and before they just completely changed their philosophy and just started putting that thing in the air because they knew they couldn't run against Texas, which was the game. Like, that's their inability to run the football. You only have 58 yards for Vanderbilt on 24 rushing attempts, 2.4 yards a carry. That's how they win games. It starts with Pavia, but then it goes with Alexander and Young. And if you could stop that rushing attack and put them in a situation where, they looked pretty comfortable throwing the ball today, but they really didn't want to do that. They weren't able to control the game. They only won by 1 minute. Like, Texas did a really good job of getting them out of their game. But, yeah, man, these injuries, this bye, it couldn't have come at a better time. Xavier Filsaime, he'll get better. Derek Williams, he'll get better too. The secondary, that's the Achilles heel for this Texas defense. That's their front 7, solid. One of the best in the nation, national championship level defense. The secondary, especially without Mookie Tav, a little shaky. So hopefully you get 16 back when he comes back. They said most likely it will be the Georgia game, so you'll take that. He was on the injury report this week. I thought he might play this week. So smart move, not letting him play. Another week for the bye, get rested, get in that tub, get the academics all together, and then get ready to go to Athens to play a game that I think the Longhorns have a really good chance of winning at this point. I
really think so too. And the thing is with Williams coming in, to spell Taff, I mean, they went at him. I mean, they went at him, and more often than not, I mean, you got a good result. I mean, Jelani McDonald also as well. I mean, that's another dude. He's dinged up. I mean, you're going to need him as well. But with the Pavia thing and with the aggressiveness of the defense, just with the pass rush that you saw, I mean, Anthony Hill and Colin Simmons, these dudes are at a totally different level today. I mean, this is like, you want to talk about the big dudes stepping up in big time moments. I mean, they did all 3 hours, however long this game was, but it was when I kept seeing these dudes in Pavia's face, I'm like, you're kind of poking the bear a little bit. You're poking the bear a little bit, right?
There was a lot of shit talking,
right?
And Pavia, that's what he does. Like, that's his game. He talks his shit. He backs it up. He threw that ball at Xavier Filsaime when they were down, and he, in his mind, he was like, "Oh, we're about to come back and win this game." And it almost happened. Like, thank goodness that ball went out of bounds on that onside kick, because that would have been an absolute disaster. Oh. Man. But yeah, be careful how you poke that bear, man. Pavia, he's a gamer, and saw his mama in the stands. Mama, she looked liquored up.
She looked all right up there, right?
I don't know that woman. Oh, y'all know me. Y'all listen to me all week. Diego Pavia's mom, yeah, she's a saint in my opinion. You know
that's what I'm talking about. I don't know what's in that clear cup.
Yeah, I don't know what's in the cup. I feel her.
Man, and that dude, they brought the whole family. I mean, there's all these people. I'm like, damn, what is that? I mean, that's how we travel. That's how my people travel. It's like, I'd have a game, Zay, I'd be playing, we play at Burger Center. I might get to play 5 plays or whatever, but we take the whole family.
That's how it should be.
That's right. And they get all liquored up before, and they're screaming and shit, and that's great. I mean, but that's the way you do it. But it was, I mean, you've been waiting for it, and finally it was all there. But I'm sorry, I'm not the guy to go to the officiating thing, but damn, man. I mean, even on the play with Pavia, on the wrestling, on the hip toss or whatever that was, Jalen Gilbo, that dude was being held so bad back there. It's like, how do you not see that with all the emphasis that was going on the play right there as he's moving out of bounds? How do you miss that? I mean,
Lance Jackson, I think he was right there to get Pavia on the sack that Pavia scored on that run where he escaped the pocket, and he just got tackled.
Yeah.
And there was just no call. And the refs, they were a little sus.
Yeah.
They were a little sus. But I feel like Vanderbilt fans can say the same thing. Like, there were a couple of calls that were questionable. The Emmett Mosley, the 5th long throw that originally was a touchdown, that was a clear pass interference call. So there were a couple of calls, man. I thought the Arch Manning slide, that could have been called for unnecessary roughness too. I've seen worse, for real. I've seen worse, be called. So, it is what it is. A win is a win. Texas beats Vanderbilt to go 7-2, 4-1 to SEC. 34-31. They got a bye week coming up this next weekend, and then they go to Athens the following week to play a really good Georgia team. I don't know what you're saying, Rudy.
I think my man Rudy has DirecTV or Dish Network or Rectum. Yeah, where
ABC is connected with Disney too. Like, there's no ABC on YouTube TV.
Yeah,
like, that's
everything,
antenna and all that stuff, but I don't want to try and do.
Yeah, I can't. I actually have the ESPN app, and I didn't realize that I had it on a TV till last night. And I turned it on, and everything's there. And I mean, I got to tell you, the ease of access is actually even better. I don't know what I pay for it. Again, like usual, I don't know what I pay for anything. The wife does all of that. But it's like, and Zay, you'll appreciate this. I didn't realize yesterday that ABC was gone. I'm going over here in the morning. I want to watch Hannah Rucker give me the traffic report. And it's like, ain't no K-View.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I love how you shouted out Hannah Rucker. She's a legend. I get it.
Legend.
She's a legend. Yeah. All right. Let's get to the Go GoAbundance scoring update today. Shout out to GoAbundance. Texas football built on legends. You saw a lot today when they were honoring that 05 team, Mac Brown on the field. You saw Vince Young, Jamal Charles, and the rest of that crew, Mike Griffin, etc. And hey, GoAbundance, it's not just about the legends. It's not just about all the talent that they have, even though that's a big deal. It's about the discipline. It's about the brotherhood, rising to the occasion. And hey, GoAbundance, they have that spirit, a community of high-achieving professionals, investors, leaders that push each other to win, not only in business, but in life. So if you're ready to live like a champion, then GoAbundance, they're your team. Go join the tribe today and go visit the website at www.gobundance.com/TSU. GoAbundance scoring updates today. Miami. Shout out to my man Chip Brown. Miami in Dallas loses to SMU 26-20. I don't know how Miami comes back from that. Miami a month ago, Double R was looking like one of the best teams in the nation. And hey, they're dealing with the Carson Beck experience. Kirby Smart's looking over at Mario Cristobal like, yeah, y'all wanted them. Y'all got them. So, yeah, there's that there. Ohio State took care of Penn State, even though that game was tight at halftime. West Virginia beats Houston in an upset. Houston was ranked 22nd in the nation. SEC 7-7 score right now for the world's largest cocktail party, Georgia and Florida. Definitely got to lock into that game when we get out of here to see Texas's next opponent. Kansas State beating Texas Tech early in the first quarter, 7-0, and that is the GoAbundance score updates.
Yeah,
that Miami game's crazy. Like I can't believe they lost that one. Like, I can't believe they've looked the way they've looked these last few games. I mean, somebody has to win the ACC. You know, Georgia Tech, they're undefeated right now. If you're Louisville, you feel great because you beat Miami, and Miami just took their second loss. So Louisville, they should be in front of Miami right now in the standings, trying to get that berth to Charlotte for the ACC championship. But, yeah, I did not expect Miami to lose like this and have two losses on their belt with how they started the season.
And this is where Zay, like talking about what we saw today with Texas, you know, with the pieces coming together. And again, going back to what we've been saying for the last month or so with the road trip on the road for all these games, to where you just need to win games. At this point, it doesn't matter how you win them. Let everything come back to you. I use that term a lot, to where I'm like, let the conference, let the whatever come back to you, because that's where and I think this Georgia-Florida game is huge. I mean, because Florida is a talented team, and that's not just because they beat Texas. I mean, this is a team that had some really high expectations. They just haven't been able to put it together. Now it's a team with a chip on their shoulder because they've got an interim head coach, and they're you get Lane Kiffin thrown around at all these different jobs, and that's the most predominant one. But as we get to the end of the year right here, Zay, Texas has been able to keep themselves just in the mix, just enough where they're sitting there. And if they can get all their shit together, you can go in there and make a move and insert yourself right in the middle of this. And they did it today. And the Texas win and the next few weeks, that's going to determine a lot of college football playoffs and so forth, because Texas controls a lot right now at the moment. I mean, with the games that are coming up, I mean, there's a lot that's on the line right here for them, but these guys start beating themselves, and Texas is just kind of sitting back there, catching their stride at the right time. Yeah. Shit. Just like they drew it up, right? This was the plan the whole time.
The whole time, man. And yeah, like I've said in this whole show, like, this is the best I felt about this Texas team. Like, I did not pick them to win this game. Like, and I might just do that out of spite, just because, you know, I'm a little superstitious sometimes. So I might just pick them to lose for the rest of the year. But realistically, this is the best that I've felt about this Horns team. And a lot of that, you made that point, AJ Millie being in the booth, Mike Bianchi being on the field, Sarkeesian's play calling. Now you got Cole Hudson at left guard, so you don't have to worry about Connor Stroh or Nick Brooks. Those guys tried. Those guys, they're not it. They're not ready for it. Cole Hudson, so much experience that even though he's no Quentin Nelson or he's not the best guard in the world, he's at least good enough. Connor Robinson has been in the program to where he knows what the hell he's doing. He came in the 2023 Red River Shootout and played the whole game for Jake Majors when he got hurt early.
Yep.
That's the way to go. That's what Texas fans have been begging for. I understand why you didn't do it a few weeks ago or last week, because Cole Hudson's been getting over that injury and now he's healthy. But we wish that you would have started with that for the season.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we wish that would have been just the start, so you wouldn't have to go through all these problems. And maybe that Florida game would have been different if you would have made this move earlier. But hey, that's the past. Now we're focused on the future, and the future looks very bright right now. If you're a Longhorn fan, that is all you could ask for.
Yeah, man. Zay, lastly, that left side of the offensive line, man, it was nails today. I mean, those guys right there, whether it's opening up holes, protecting Arch Manning, whatever it was, that's what you expect right there. And it did. I mean, like we mentioned, it changed the entire offense. It changed the entire offense.
Yeah, did it take your quarterback getting a concussion and being pressured and hit like over 100 times up to this point for you to realize, oh, yeah, maybe we should try a little bit harder and pay a little more attention when we're going over film on our assignments so we can stop this from happening? Because that guy, y'all see the Warby glasses, y'all see Waymo, y'all see Red Bull. He's worth a lot of money. So you should probably protect him. You know what I'm saying? And he showed you with protection, he could be pretty good. He can live up to some of the hype that he got earlier in the season, because there's a good player in there. And we saw it in that fourth quarter against Mississippi State, and we saw it all day today. Shout out to Arch Manning. Hell of a game by him. All right, Double R, let's get to the offensive player of the game, brought to you by Clean Calls. Our friends over at Clean Calls, they've been on a mission to energize lives with a purpose by crafting a refreshing, better-for-you sparkling herbal mate and beverages that deliver just a clean caffeine boost without the crash, because the crash, that's the worst part about energy drinks. Clean Calls, they don't do that. And plus, it's beyond that. 50% of the profits fund addiction and recovery to housing scholarships, and it gives every sip a greater purpose. They've donated over $3.8 million, and they're just getting started. So check them out. Check out their new flavors like the strawberry lemonade zero with 0 calories and 0 sugar. Plus, they got new packaging and everything. Clean Calls is the way to go. Check them out at any local grocery store, convenience store around town, or go online to cleancalls.com. Double R, your offensive player of the game, brought to you by Clean Calls. We always say this, it's so nice where there's multiple players to pick.
Oh, man, isn't it nice when there are a few? Quick GoAbundance scoreboard update. Now 10-7 as Florida has gone up on Georgia. Man, got to go with Arch. Got to go with the commander, man. That was... When I saw that he was taken off of the injury report late last night, and I saw it, and it's like, okay, I really want to see if he's really off the injury report, or if that's just, kind of one of these renegade things that's being said. My first thought, Zay, was, okay, you need to feel this dude out. If he's shaky in the first couple of series, you need to get him out of there. Something's not right with the guy. But damn, you come out and you start the game that way. And again, you went to the deficiency of the Vandy defense. You went right at him, and you continued to do that all day. But the dude looked on point. I mean, look, 328 yards. My God, man. That is just in total command today. And you saw him on the sidelines. That sideline thing, I've gone back to so many different times. And this may be a Milwee thing, to where it's like maybe Milwee is better up in the box, because they didn't look at tablets. They didn't go back over plays. They didn't do any of that stuff. You saw Arch Manning sitting on the sideline looking lost and dejected. That's not the Arch that we're seeing right now. And the performance that he had today, spreading the ball out, just being in total control of his offensive unit, with that little bit of extra time that the offensive line gave him, man, it's no brainer for me. I got to go with Commander 16, man.
Yeah, well said. I mean, 25 for 33, 328 yards, 3 touchdowns. The dude was cold as ice. And I'm sure he heard everybody talking about, oh, Matthew Caldwell might get the start against Vanderbilt. This might be the better quarterback, which Arch is a competitor. That should piss you off. I mean, I'm sure he loves Matthew Caldwell. I'm sure those guys are really good friends, but he ain't having nobody come take his spot, bro. So he has to prove to all you ignorant Longhorn fans out there that wanted Matthew Caldwell in at some point of this year, hey, there's a reason why I'm QB1. There's a reason why Sark has handed me the keys. And even though he hasn't lived up to the hype, we're starting to see flashes of why he got that hype in the first place. And the dude was just money today. He was absolutely money. For me, Double R, my offensive player of the game, I'm going to go with Ryan Wingo. Even though we didn't see much of him, he set the tone today. He set the tone last week against Mississippi State. He's coming off of those drops, which, a lot of Longhorn fans and folks, Chip's been really hard on my man Ryan Wingo. Tom Blake doesn't think he's a wide receiver one. And, I don't know if there is one on this team, but you got a lot of guys that could be your wide receiver one on any given Saturday. And you feel good about that. But Ryan Wingo, both of his catches before he got hurt were big time, were money. And the way that he's able to make guys miss just off his speed, like he's not going to juke you. He's not one of those guys that's going to break you down and chop his feet and get you with the shoulders or anything. But when he gets going on that motion that then turns into that screen and he has that momentum already and he can take that thing and go north and south, he's dangerous. He's absolutely dangerous, and I hope that whatever injury he has with his hand, I hope it's not too serious. I hope it's one of those things. If, they had to play this week, he might not be available, but they don't have to play this week. So in 2 weeks, he might be available. Like, I hope it's not that big of a deal, but I had to go with Ryan Wingo. Anybody runner up, I would say Emmett Mosley the fifth.
Emmett Mosley is who I had as a
it would be Emmett Mosley the fifth. That dude coming off of the game-winning touchdown against Mississippi State, he just had a really solid day today. And his release game is just solid. He runs smooth, tight routes, man. And Arch Manning has a really good repertoire with him. So shout out to both of those guys, Ryan Wingo and Emmett Mosley the fifth, and Arch Manning. Arch Manning, hell of a game. All right, Double R, let's get to the defensive player of the game, brought to you by Kenfield Golf Cars. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned golf cart, we got good news for you. Our friends over at Kenfield Golf Cars, right around the corner, founded in 1979. They are the best. They have an unparalleled selection of different golf carts available, new or used. So if you have a used one already and you want to take it in and get some more gadgets and just get it pimped out a little bit, ain't nothing wrong with that. Do it. They will invite you in, figure out what you want, and they will take care of it. Or if you want a brand spanking new golf cart, they will take care of that too. No job is too big. No job is too small for Kenfield Golf Cars. That's what makes them the best. So go visit their website at kenfieldgolfcars.com or give them a call at 512-258-8515 and tell them Texas Sports Unfiltered sent you. Double R, your defensive player of the game, brought to you by Kenfield Golf Cars. Who you got here?
And again, Zay, it's really hard not to go to Colin Simmons or Anthony Hill. I mean, those guys were just amazing today. Lights out. What you expect every game is what you're starting to see from them. Again, when we talk about peaking, I mean, TFLs and sacks and getting in Pavia's head. I mean, all of that. But, man, I got to go with the old grinder, man. I got to go with Ethan Burke. I mean, that dude. 3 TFLs, total yards 23 in TFL loss in those TFL tackles. That dude, and the timeliness of them, it's like, okay, when it's starting to, whatever, boom, there he is. There's 91. And just emphatically that dude, when it's like you get caught up in all the other stuff this defense can do. And by the way, this defense rushed the passer really well today. But when you start having Ethan Burke with that kind of impact, it's like, oh yeah, I heard him on the broadcast. They're like, the veteran. Oh yeah, he's still there. And then he comes in and he makes those stops. That's a grinder. That's a grinder. Ethan Burke all the way, my man.
Yeah, I love him. Like, I was wondering why he wasn't getting the snaps that I thought he deserved a few weeks ago. And I think he was dealing with a knee injury. And I think he's completely fine from that knee injury because they're letting him play. He's getting in the backfield. He's making things happen. And he's just a hoss, man. When you're that size, 6'6", I think he's gotten a little bigger too, in which it hasn't slowed him down at all. But this is what they need from him, because we know Colin Simmons, especially these last few weeks, Colin Simmons has brought his A game, which that's my defensive player of the game, brought to you by Kenfield Golf Cars. We'll get to Colin in a second. But Ethan Burke, man, he provides leadership. He provides experience. And it seems like just the timely plays when Texas needs a stop, here comes 9-1 making the play. So I appreciate you throwing him that love for the defensive player of the game. I'm going to go with number 1, Colin Simmons, man. I think he set the tone, whether that was with his play or the shit talking. Like, he let Diego Pavia go. Like, I love that stuff, man. If you could back it up, let it go. Like, let that mouth start running. Like, only if you could back it up, though. Not many can back it up. And Colin Simmons, he's one of those ones that could do that. The pressures are there, and he just completely turned up his game since OU. Like, you were waiting, like, man, when's this guy really going to strike? When is he going to show us?
He's put it in that other gear, it seems like, man.
He's put it in that other gear.
He's just so fast.
Yeah, and shout out to Pete Kwiatkowski on helping them do that. Like, that's what a coach's job is to do. Like, okay, one of my best players is struggling right now. Let me continue to put him in situations where he could thrive. And I think they've done that more. I think they've done that with Anthony Hill more. Now, I do think with them letting Anthony Hill loose a lot more, I think Anthony Smith and Leon Lafau have taken a step back, because now those guys, their responsibilities as that linebacker at that linebacker position, that's revved up a little bit.
Right.
Now Anthony Hill's on the line a lot more, and you're seeing him, rush the passer and just get in the backfield. So hopefully we have a really good 2 weeks with Anthony Smith and Leon Lafau, because Anthony Smith on that first touchdown before to go into halftime for Vanderbilt, he needs to scoot over.
That thing was wide open, dude. You could have driven a Mack truck through that shit.
Yeah, and again, this goes back to Michael Taft's, his IQ and his value. If they had Michael Taft, would that have happened? I don't know, but I feel like I could say no more than yes, because Michael Taft deserves that respect. Michael Taft, he just knows everybody's position. He knows all of his assignments and responsibilities. Just Mookie saying, hey, scoot over. Whatever terminology that they would use for that, I think would be a big deal, but he's not on the field to do that. Who knows if Derek Williams, Jelani McDonald, or Xavier Filsaime was out there and they said it and Anthony Smith just didn't catch on. But either way, I need Anthony Smith and Leon Lafau to play better. Ant Hill was really good today. Ethan Burke was really good today. Colin Simmons was really good today. Like, that front seven was solid against a team that could really hurt you. So shout out to Pete Kwiatkowski, even though that fourth quarter was forgettable a little bit. You'll take this play today.
And Zay, I got to tell you, Brad Spence is another guy that it's like, I mean, when you talk about the transfer coming in to where it's like, he's not getting all the playing time, but then you look up and there's 14. Yeah. I mean, whether it's a TFL, whether it's a timely play, whatever the thing is, Brad Spence is a guy that's really starting to assert himself right now. And again, that's what you want right now, to where you need these guys that are going to make plays in pivotal moments, because that fourth quarter we saw today, the fourth quarter we saw against Mississippi State in overtime, that's pretty much what you're going to be doing the rest of the year, even maybe against Arkansas. That's the way this team operates. So you got to have those guys that can step up and make plays.
Yeah, I'm glad you shouted out Brad Spence. He's been playing some really good football
Yeah,
lately. He was really good against Kentucky and Mississippi State. So shout out to 14. All right, let's get to the offensive play of the game, brought to you by Paul's Motor Works. Paul's Motor Works been providing just complete foreign domestic automotive repairs since 2000 here in the ATX. They specialize in BMWs, Porsches, Volkswagens, Benzes, the whole nine, but they'll take care of any car. Don't get it twisted. Even though they specialize in that, they specialize in any car that you bring into them, any make, any model, from oil changes to tire rotations to any major repairs. Don't trust just anyone. Trust the guys at Paul's Motor Works, guys that are just high quality, really good guys. No sleazy, car repair guys out here that are gonna just lie about the price and stuff. No, none of that. Go visit Paul and the team off of 2222 and 620. And if you want to go online and see him, go to pmwaustin.com. Double R, the offensive play of the game.
Zay, we've talked about these guys throughout the show, but I go to the third quarter when this play happened, and I guess essentially it did. I mean, in the big picture, it really did. This is when I said, "There's the dagger." That's all that long drive. What was it? 5 minutes and 15-second drive, 93-yard drive, and then you cap it off with the touchdown pass from Arch to Emmett Mosley. To me, that was the one that just the entire everything you saw on that drive, and then the pocket presence of that play once again. Arch, kind of going off reads and Mosley making himself available, and Arch laying that thing right in there to him, and Mosley making the impact that we're really starting to see, where he is that other guy as we're starting to have a little bit of attrition right there. But that to me was the one that sealed it, even though it got really tight at the end and everything. Happened there with Vanderbilt, but that play was just a beautiful play to cap off the perfect drive, in my opinion. That's championship football right there, that drive, and to end that way with Manning to Mosley. I'm going with that one.
Yeah, hell of a drive. 11 plays, 93 yards, 5 minutes, 15 seconds. That was one of those, just kind of take the heart out of Vanderbilt.
That was a Vandy drive. That was a Vanderbilt
drive. One of their drives. Yeah,
stretch,
for sure.
Stretch. Yep.
And that's, those drives, I get a little nervous because you're basically against your own end zone, and you got to be just really precise. You can't try to get that 93 yards in one play. You got to be really disciplined. And there's been a lot of times this year we haven't seen that with this Texas team. They were so disciplined today, and nothing says it more than that 11-play, 93-yard drive. I mean, we're talking about a team that still had too many penalties today, 9 for 70. You don't like that. I mean, we're bitching from a yacht here, but you got to cut out the penalties.
Yep.
We got to cut that out. You're not going to win in Athens with 9 penalties. That's just not going to happen. You could get away with it against another very just non-disciplined team like Vanderbilt, which they're one of the worst teams in the nation when it comes to penalties too. But yeah, against Georgia, got to be careful. For me, my offensive play of the game, brought to you by Paul's Motor Works, I'm going to go with this is a tough one. I'm going to go with CJ Baxter's touchdown because that was his first one in a long time. I don't think he's in like 2 years since the 2023 season because of the LCL, PCL injury that kept him out of the 2024 campaign. Like CJ Baxter, good for him. Good for him to get back in that end zone. And, he's dealt with a lot since he's been at Texas. His freshman year, he started the season basically hurt. And then, we saw what happened with Jonathan Brooks. CJ was decent for the rest of the year, but that was really Jonathan Brooks' squad until he got hurt. Then you throw in Jaden Blue and CJ Baxter, and they were still good, but we all know if Jonathan Brooks was healthy that season, I'm sure Texas would have been holding up that trophy at the end.
Yeah.
But to miss the whole year last year, to miss a lot of this year with that hamstring injury, to get back in the fold a little bit and to get a touchdown, good for him. Shout out to CJ Baxter, one of my favorite players and one of the leaders on this team. They're going to need him to stay the course.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah.
know. Like every time Contravian Wisner falls, he gets up slow. It scares the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like I get it. Like I get getting up slow. I get up slow every day, and that's just out of the bed. And I don't take the beating like Contravian Wisner takes, so I get it. But also, knock on wood, you just never know with these running backs. They take such a beating. So everybody being healthy, especially with Jared Gibson not being on the team anymore, like that running back room, 100 yards, it's solid. You'll take it. With where this team was, you'll take it.
And Zay, this is where I've said with Cedric Baxter, to where it's like, at the beginning of the year, and we've heard it like in all the times that you've talked about, where it's like, okay, if CJ Baxter insert this, this is going to be, things are going to be great. I think what we kind of have to take to the mindset of, and I love the call you taking Baxter, because it's a feel good moment. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like that dude deserves to have that touchdown. It's like, if you, whatever game it is, if you have CJ Baxter available and he can give you some quality totes, he carried it 7 times today. And I mean that, hey man, I will take that. If he can give me seven running the ball 7 times for 20 to 30 yards, just kind of spell right there and get that tough yardage when you need it. Because that, when he runs, he's running hard. Which scares the shit out of me also. Because it's like, oh my God, this dude takes off. And I'm like, oh man, just stay upright and get up. But yeah, for Baxter to get the touchdown, you utilize him as you can. If he's available, get out there and work him, use him, and make him complimentary to Contravian Wisner.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Double R, let's get to the defensive play of the game, brought to you by Moonshine Patio Bar and Grill. Moonshine Patio Bar and Grill is a place that takes you back to a simpler time. Comfortable, familiar, relaxed, easygoing. Moonshine, they greet guests like family, serving up a great cooking experience with an innovative take on classic American comfort food. Moonshine menu satisfies even the biggest of the city's taste with a fantastic dinner, phenomenal weekend brunch. They got 2 amazing locations downtown in Avery Ranch, complimentary valet parking, and hey, parking at Avery Ranch wide open, so you ain't even got to worry about that. So want some chicken and waffles, shrimp and grits, Moonshine, they got it all. Check them out. Go to their website at moonshinegrill.com for more information or to make a reservation. All right, Double R, the defensive play of the game.
Total homer, man. Hands down. I wrote it down as soon as it happened. Called Ethan Burke a while ago, defensive player of the game, the 3rd down sack. That was boom. I mean, I know ultimately it got the way it did at the end of the game.
Yeah,
that right there.
They complete it. Like, what the hell, Pete Kwiatkowski? How the hell that happened?
Yeah. But I mean, that one right there, that again, just a great individual defensive play right there. He did what he needed to do right there to put the team in the position right there to kind of stifle that drive. And I guess ultimately it didn't happen. But again, making plays when you really need them. And you forget about 91, and then boom, there he is with a big ass sack. So yeah, I'm Ethan Burke today. I'm the Ethan Burke guy. I need a 91 right here on the other side of my shirt, because I'm 91 all the way, man. I'm 91 all the way.
He was good today. That was a big time play. It would have been bigger if they would have actually got the stop on 4th and 19, which again, I don't understand how you give that up, but come on, man. Hey, it is what it is. My defensive play of the game, Colin Simmons, strip sack fumble. I mean, that's incredible. Yep. For one, he didn't bite off of that play action, RPO stuff at all. The discipline level with this front 7 on that triple option type offense that Tim Beck runs at Vanderbilt with Diego Pavia, you got to be sound, man, because you could get got. And obviously the secondary got a lot, but early on, the front 7 were Ant Hill, Hero Canoe, Brad Spence, Colin Simmons, Ethan Burke, those guys. Trey Moore
had a great game. Yep.
Trey Moore was good today. If he catch that ball, like he's probably like, man, I could have had an interception. Yeah. It's right in your hands, dog. But damn, Colin Simmons to not bite on that play action and to sack Diego Pavia, force the fumble, and leave like be on top of Pavia where you're holding his arms and be able to still get the ball, that's first round stuff right there.
That's right.
That's incredible. Like that's what we've all been waiting on for Colin Simmons. Again, he's clicking at the right time. A lot of these guys are clicking at the right time. If we could get the secondary going, then man, who knows what could happen in these next 3 games. But even though we're talking about these next 3 games, Ronnie, Texas, 1 game at a time. Like all we're focused on is Georgia.
Gotta be
1 game at a time. Because if you lose 1, you're out. Like I do not see a 3-loss Texas team making it. I just don't, especially with Florida and just how bad that loss might get.
Zay Wags and I were talking about this. I think if God, I hate this freaking term. I think a quality loss to Georgia can still get you in if you win the rest of them. I think. I don't know why I keep going to that.
Okay, no, I'm glad you're optimistic. I love it. I love that for you. I hope
it would help if Florida beats them today. That would definitely help. I think.
Yeah.
Or it may fuck them both. I don't know.
What's Georgia's schedule after this game? Do they go on a bye too?
Oh, good question.
Because I wouldn't want to play Georgia after a loss because they'd be pissed.
Yeah.
I would feel good because the reason why they lost is because they have flaws. But bet they got Mississippi State next week. Perfect. That is perfect. Yeah.
That's a dangerous team, Zay.
I will take it. I'd rather have them be the dangerous team. You're right, but we'll take it. Like, if they lose, they'll beat the crap out of Mississippi State, and then they'll be feeling themselves again once Texas comes into play. And yeah, I'd rather have them like that once Texas goes to Athens.
Well, I had a guy text me, after the game, like right before we came on, and he's like, "Oh man, Arkansas is going to be a trap game." I'm like, "Arkansas? I ain't worried about Arkansas. Are you kidding me?"
I'm not gonna lie.
That's later.
Bobby Petrino, with where that game's sandwiched, like in between Georgia and A&M, that is a trap game. Bobby Petrino's offense, Taylor Green, he can do some things. So Texas should win, but yeah, if you're struggling with Kentucky and Mississippi State, I get it. It's on the road. You could struggle with Arkansas too. Absolutely.
That's right.
Appreciate everybody for rocking with us today, man. The Longhorns get a huge top 10 win against Vanderbilt, 34-31 to go 7-2 overall and 4-1 in conference play. Post-game show brought to you by Covert Bee Cave.
Hey, final word. We didn't get gotta get Sue
I know. I'm getting to that.
Oh, okay.
You appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah. Final word brought to you by Sue Patrick for the best selection of Texas gear. Go see our friends at Sue Patrick, located on 5222 Burnett Road in Austin, or go online to SuePatrick.com. They have everything you need, from polos to jerseys. They got Arch Manning jerseys, grilling accessories, golf balls, hats, and plenty more. They got all the Texas gear that your burnt orange heart desires. Plus, the parking is crazy, like all free parking, huge parking lot. So it's the ATX. I know we worry about those things. You don't got to worry about it with Sue Patrick. Plus, when you spend over $59 at SuePatrick.com, you get free shipping. So you can't beat that either. Stock up. Christmas is right around the corner. Sue Patrick will hold you down. Go see our friends at Sue Patrick. Final word, Double R.
You said it, man. And that's why I said that, because I thought that, because you said the final word that I'm exactly thinking. So I'm like, okay, shit, there's a final word. You just need to just keep winning games at this point. You look up, it's really weird with everything that Texas has been through this year to see that you're 7-2 and you only have 1 loss in SEC play. And it's like, damn. I mean, how has that happened? And things you're starting to see things kind of fall into place right here. I think the bye week's going to be pivotal for you. So you really have to go to the 1 game at a time. I mean, just take care of business 1 game at a time. I think if you're a Texas fan, I mean, because I know that folks are talking about fourth quarter was horrible, the defense was soft, whatever. Be expected to get emotionally tied in, because there's still inconsistencies here. and they're going to be there. So just be prepared for that. Take the schedule as it is and just win games and let it play itself out.
Yeah, well said. I think the biggest thing that I saw today that gives me a lot of confidence with this Texas team, it starts with that offensive line and Steve Sarkisian and this coaching staff finally making the move to put Connor Robinson as your starting center and Cole Hudson as your guard. As we saw today, it was the best offensive performance that Texas has had all year overall. From Arch Manning looking great to actually having a relevant running game, which would keep you honest and not one-dimensional and keep the defense really off balance. I thought the defense for Texas was really good the first 3 quarters, and then they got gutted up a little bit in that second half. I'm going to give them, that fourth quarter, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say no Jelani McDonald, no Michael Taft. So it should be a lot different, but who knows what those injuries are going to look like 2 weeks from now. I haven't really seen anything online about Jelani McDonald. I don't know what exactly he went out with, but I feel good about Mookie Taft playing in that Georgia game. They're going to need all of his talents and experience and leadership in that type of atmosphere. But yeah, I'll continue to say for the next few weeks, this is the best that I've felt about this Texas team, and that is a good sign. This is a time where you need to find your stride, and I think they're finding theirs. It started in that fourth quarter and overtime against Mississippi State where, hey, you come back down 17 points, even though it's against Mississippi State, what that does for your confidence, what that does for your culture, Steve Sarkisian completely just squashing all of those NFL rumors and stuff. I think the team has gotten tighter because of that, ironically, which Sark and his agency team, putting out the statement saying that this is malarkey. But yeah, Double R, this Texas team is starting to look a lot like how we envisioned them looking coming into the season. And sometimes it just happens that way. Sometimes the coaching staff figures it out a little later than they like on what really makes this team go, how to really push these guys' buttons to get the best out of their performance. And this coaching staff, they're doing that now. So big time win. You beat Vanderbilt, which is a top 10 team, which is a good team. I get it. It's Vandy.
It's a really good team.
A lot of folks are looking at that fourth quarter and be like, don't feel good about that. Vanderbilt's a good team. Yeah, they are a good team. We got to start accepting that, even though we see that V on the helmet, accept that they're a good team, and Texas just beat a good team. Longhorn fans celebrate that. Texas get back healthy. Ryan Wingo, Jelani McDonald, Xavier Filsaime got hurt late in that game. Arch Manning was moving his neck a little bit weird. So get healthy, get in the books, lock in on film, lock in the practice facilities, and get ready for Georgia and the game that I feel so much better about than I did yesterday. And we'll see what happens.
And Zay, this goes back to, and I bring this up a lot, and I know it's different systems and there have been different coaches, and obviously the team turns itself over, every year with personnel. But the thing is, these are games, whether it be the one, any of the last 3 that you've just been through, these are teams that this program has found ways to lose. And at this point, you're finding ways to win them. And that's called the progression of the program, the winning mentality, the philosophies, all of that is finally starting to be in place. And that's where you can credit the coaching staff and everybody that's involved right here. So you're at that point and you can kind of feel it there. And it's everything that you said. You just got to go out and chase it and make it happen.
Yeah. Appreciate everybody for joining us on this Texas Sports Unfiltered post-game show brought to you by Covert Bee Cave and audiovisual consultations. The Texas Longhorns get a big-time top 10 win against Vanderbilt, 34-31 to go 7-2 overall, 4-1 in the SEC, and all their goals still intact for the rest of November, but one game at a time. Longhorn fans, feel good about this one. We got you covered all week long here on Texas Sports Unfiltered. All of our shows are amazing. Like, subscribe, get the app, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, X. We're We're everywhere, Instagram, wherever you get your podcasts. After the shows are over, they will be there. So there's no excuse to not keep up with us. You know what I'm saying? We got multiple platforms to do that. So all y'all got to do is just get out y'all's phone, get out those headphones, and you'll be good to go with Texas Sports Unfiltered. He is Rodney Rodriguez. I am Zay Collier. Appreciate y'all. Y'all be cool.